Welcome to What's Happening, a podcast created by and for the Anglophone East School District. Join us on your drive to work, your walk around the block, in the staff room, or while you're relaxing. You bring the coffee, and we'll bring the news. Everyone, welcome back. Stephanie and I are super excited about another amazing episode of Sweet Tweets. We have some amazing tweets from all of you to share over the airwaves. Stephanie, it's been an amazing, even though everything that's going on, we've had some amazing news and sharing happening on our social media.
Oh, it's fantastic. And again, just to reiterate, with everything that's going on, we know that it's been incredibly stressful. It's been incredibly, uncertain. Things are changing constantly. But it's been really nice to see still all of the awesome projects, all of the special projects, and things happening in our schools. And it just looks like so much fun.
It looks like so much fun. So let's kick off the show with our very first Sweet Tweet coming to us from Maplehurst. So Maplehurst posted fall harvest before the frost at Maplehurst. Thank you to our Innovate grant funding to help the Huskies realize their impact by building and planting the garden boxes. Hashtag Husky Howl. Some amazing pictures here of the gardening, and these boxes look really great. And some of, like, we talked about hydroponics last year, but these outdoor raised beds, there's some great looking food coming out of them.
Yeah, it's really been incredible to see how many schools have jumped on that gardening train, I guess, and the food that's being produced is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I would eat any of that. There's a plate of it. We'll put the pictures up there so that people can see. I would have those vegetables any day. So kudos to that team over at Maplehurst for putting that together and talking about the Innovate grant, and giving the opportunity to grow some food and eat it.
Right. Yeah. And then I'm going to move it over to the Greater Moncton Association of Retired Teachers, or GMart, as they're called. They have been making and donating and distributing hats and mitts and scarves to a variety of our schools for the winter season. So if kids forget their hats or mitts or scarves one day, they can still go outside and play and be warm. And the schools that they've donated to so far this year are Beaverbrook, Birchmount, Claudie Taylor, Edith Cavell, Forest Glen, Hillcrest, Lou McNairan, and Shediac Cape. And they also have 4 containers remaining. So they're still going to be distributing more. And then the picture that we have here is actually my daughter is modeling one of the hats and mitts, and her friend Noah. They're both in grade 1 at Forest Glen.
Super fun. Kudos to GMart for putting all that together. It sounds cool to say too, GMart. Kudos
Yeah.
to all those retired teachers for doing that and providing, those for students and keeping them warm throughout the winter. That's super awesome.
Yeah. I thought it was really, really a great way to give back.
For sure. All right, let's go on to our next sweet tweet coming to us from Queen Elizabeth School. It talks here about grade 5 students are getting ready to kick off Socktober. Starting Friday, October 1st, Queenie will be collecting new socks, masks, and personal hygiene items to donate to local shelters. Wow, what a great initiative. And what some cool names we got going on here in our tweets today. We've got GMart, now we've got Socktober. That's super cool. Kudos to Queenie and them and their team of students for doing this initiative. Wow, what a great opportunity for those students.
Right. And if you are shopping and you see a pack of socks that you want to pick up and donate to Queen Elizabeth, then feel free to do that.
That's super fun. Don't forget, it's Socktober. Okay, that's got to be a coined phrase. I think that's super cool. So kudos to Queenie. Like Stephanie said, if you guys are all out shopping and you see a pair of socks out there or a new mask or personal hygiene items, go ahead and donate those to Queenie as they're putting those together for those local shelters.
Yeah. Okay. And now we're going to move over to Albert County at Caledonia Regional High School. They had some STEM learning with their grade 6 team. This week they did Eggstronauts. So they took a non-boiled egg, and they launched it off of the roof of the school safely. And the students were given items from the garbage, and they had to use those items to try to make a parachute or kind of like a safety container so that the egg could be dropped off of the roof of the school and land safely without breaking. And there's a video on Ben Kelly's Twitter that shows the project happening. So it's pretty
How
neat.
cool is that? Another cool name, Eggstronaut. Like, okay, this is like cool name Tuesday or whatever day it is. But it's Thursday. How cool is that? And you know, what a great initiative to get the students to see that in action, right? But of course, this will be the DIY safety protocol. Don't be launching anything off of rooftop without, you know, parent or teacher supervision / permission. But how cool, you know, and recycling, you know, that garbage and things that they found laying around to build their safe Eggstronaut landing tools. Super cool, coming out from Caledonia. All right. Yeah. All right, on to our next one. We have Riverview Middle School, and RMS is launching the annual Recipes in a Jar fundraiser. We're not only raising funds for the school, but more importantly, giving back to the community. RMS students have provided over 2,000 meals to local food banks through this initiative. Wow, that's, if you know, the Recipes in a Jar I think is a great meal. It's like, you know, all those Meals on Wheels. It's better than one of those freezer meals. You know, Recipes in a Jar is fantastic, and a great way, you know, for them to give back to the community. And as you're purchasing these, you get your meal. It's ready to serve. Well, I guess you got to cook it, but yeah, it's ready in a jar.
All of the ingredients. Yeah. And we are going to take it to Test, our therapeutic education support site, for Orange Shirt Day, our National Day for Truth and Reconciliation that happened last Thursday. The students at Test actually created orange shirts for the staff to wear. So they designed them and printed them out and created them for the staff to wear. And there's a picture of the staff modeling them here. And I just think that's an incredible way to acknowledge the Day for National Truth and Reconciliation.
Absolutely amazing. And great to see, you know, what schools were doing. We have many tweets like that. And it's so great to see that respect and showing the initiative as well. And all these tweets today that we've been sharing are absolutely amazing and inspiring to see what schools are doing with their students during a global pandemic. You know, we're still doing amazing things to engage in the community, engage our students in the learning, and to see how we can have an impact. Is super awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely the highlight of my day, going through the Twitter feeds and retweeting and seeing all of these cool projects. So I would encourage any schools who haven't put up a Twitter page yet to engage with Twitter. It's a quick and easy way to show our community all of the awesome things that are happening in our schools. If you want to be featured on this episode or a future episode of Sweet Tweets, use the hashtag ASDE Sweet Tweets so that we know where exactly to look for them, but I will find them regardless. And there's a ton of schools that tweeted some awesome things that we don't have time to get to today, but I know Birchmount students, they recently, their students made a seating area and they took logs and painted them and made a seating area outside for students to hang out in their kind of outdoor play area. So I think that's really neat. There's just so many creative things happening. It's mind-blowing, really.
So creative and inspirational, like I said earlier, to engage the students in learning, even beyond the classroom, right? That's what we're seeing. A lot of this is learning beyond the classroom, life lessons, global skills, and so many things. And as Stephanie said, don't forget, if you want to be featured on the Sweet Tweets episode, don't forget to use the hashtag ASDE Sweet Tweets. But even if you don't use it, we'll find it. Because we like looking for that stuff and we want to share the amazing stories that are happening. So we thank you for listening and watching this episode of Sweet Tweets and hearing the amazing stories that are currently happening in our district. As always, stay tuned, stay connected, and stay creative. This was What's Happening.